Welcome back, y'all. It's that episode 13 Plowbois podcast in full effect. We got DOC, Kai Beats, and Young K-Dog. And I'm G Meezy. We the Plowboys coming at you once again. Hot topics. The first one we're gonna jump right into is something that's going on in recent news, man. Travis Scott concert in H-Town.
You know, like the nigga Breeze said, man, the blood gonna catch up with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Clouds up, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas sign record deals, but they fall off cause the niggas wasn't real. Talking about down, no, I'm talking about slow 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 down, no, I'm talking about. It's really going down in the goddamn side. I'm real, I'm country to the end. It's really going down in the goddamn.
We done heard about, I think, 8 or 9 people that passed away since this concert took place. They had a stampede that took place during the concert, and all kind of people were running away, trying to get away from something. I don't know what caused the stampede. They still investigating.
Flowers, candles, and cards have been placed outside Houston's NRG Center, the site of the Travis Scott's Astroworld Music Festival, where 8 young people were killed when a crowd of fans surged toward the stage Friday night.
I'm honestly just devastated.
Scott, one of music's hottest young stars, took to Instagram. As reports surfaced, the rapper continued to perform for over half an hour while first responders were administering CPR and picking up bodies.
Turn the lights on.
Videos do show Scott at one point stopping and asking security for help.
Anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I just stop the show and, help them get the help they need.
But it's not the first time there's been trouble at one of Scott's concerts. He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor in 2015 after fans jumped a security barricade at a Chicago concert, and a second misdemeanor after Arkansas police say he urged fans to rush the stage during a 2017 concert. Festival goers say Friday night's event was chaos.
Everyone was just going down, people were getting trampled. It was just terrible all around.
I had my water backpack on, and I'm fortunately was used to the squishing, so I just thank God that I'm alive.
Live Nation provided 755 security officers, in addition to over 520 Houston police officers, to handle the sold-out crowd of 50,000. But it wasn't enough to stop this tragedy.
But I know they got an issue going on right now with concerts, and think about how we always get together as people. We had an earlier podcast about a Zydeco concert, and one young brother got shot in the back. Chris Ardoin. These things are happening to our people, man. And let's find out what our thoughts is on it. Kabis, I want to hear your thoughts, man, because you out there in H-Town, man. You heard about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, that shit, it's a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? First of all, RIP to all of the people that lost their life. It's a lot going around about it. Different theories, different people saying different things. Some people saying, the main theory is that it's, demonic Illuminati ritual, things like that. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. You know what I'm saying? And demons and, spiritual warfare, things along those lines. But for me, I think people might be putting a little bit too much stock in the demon aspect of it. I think at this point in time, I think people is way worse than demons is. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, we know that the devil was an angel, actually. You know what I'm saying? So with Travis Scott and what he was doing, I mean, it's a tragedy that people died, but for me, it's really not a surprise. You know what type of music he make, you know what type of imagery he about, and then they want to be like, look at the flyer, look at his t-shirt, look at all this, look at all that. You could have seen that shit a week before that concert. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to see that after the fact, and I think that's a problem that people have, they take part in shit, or they like get into some shit, and then it's like when some bad things happen, they want to come back in hindsight and retrospect and be like, oh, look at this, look at that shit before you go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna go to no Travis Scott concert. You know what I mean? So I think people got to take personal responsibility. I ain't gonna discount it and say it's not. You know, it may be some, you know, demonic influences and shit like that, but it's demonic influences in a lot of shit. You know what I mean? And it's up to you to protect yourself against it type of shit. It was a demonic influence trying to influence Joe, and he ain't had it. He ain't go for it. So I mean, as I said, it's a tragedy, but at the same time, we gotta, you know, you gotta protect yourself.
Word, man. That's true, bro. You know, you got a first-hand account of what's going on out there in your city with the Travis Scott incident, man, and I'm glad you brought that into the light. You know, everybody got to take accountability for what happens to them, and some things are truly out of our control. You know, this situation right here is real. I ain't seen enough to really give a good perspective on what happened. You know, I know there was a stampede. I know people died. I know, and I know about the different theories that's been coming up. They've been talking about somebody was trying to shoot up, not shoot, but inject some of the concert goers with something in a syringe. And that caused the stampede.
Houston police are investigating whether people near the front of the stage were drugged after reports a security officer was pricked with a needle.
He was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived.
Live Nation, the concert promoter, reportedly did not use the PA system or video boards to broadcast any safety messages. Multiple investigations are underway.
Other people talk about the music and how that influenced the atmosphere, but that made me think back to Selena. Selena's the Latino singer, and she had this concert in, I want to say it was in San Antonio, matter of fact. Tons of people there, and they was getting rowdy, pushing up on the stage, and the movie that I saw,
concert. I'm not gonna let them play if this is gonna happen. These are my children and they're in danger.
We need you to go back out there and settle this crap down. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Come on. Let's do Como la Flor. Let's start it slow. Okay?
You got it.
Como la Flor.
The feeling that I got, that she felt like something bad was getting ready to happen. And she changed the mood of the atmosphere of what was going on at the concert by changing the song. She didn't amplify it. She changed the song, and then everything started to settle down. They just kind of they went toward her energy and what she was giving out. So, you know, that just make me think back to you know, this concert here in H-Town, and like you said, bro, I'm sorry for the loss of those people. I heard there was a 9-year-old that passed away, bro. You know, and that's a shame, man. You know, people trying to just go out and have a good time. You know, these type of things don't need to happen, but they can. They can. This isn't the first time you know, that something like this has happened. I know it's readily available in the news. You can go type in Travis Scott, and you're gonna see what happened, what goes on, and you're gonna get all these different type of theories. But here's what my take on it, and I'm gonna pass it right to you, K-Dog. What can we learn from? All right, what can we learn from? That's what I always look at when I'm trying to look at situations that we talk about, man. What can we learn from? You know, in the Bible, it say a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. A fool never learns. So we can look at this situation and think about, you know, concerts and how we approach it, where we would stand, where we would be located if we choose to go. If we near an exit, know your surroundings, man. Peep the scene that you in. When you get a vibe, when you get an uneasy feeling, something inside of you is telling you, warning, be careful. You know what I mean? I just think that, you know, we got to learn from this experience. I could think back when I was young, I would go to the Bayou Classic every year, spend tons of money on outfits and hotel rooms, tickets to the game, whatever. And we would party, bro, and go out, and then it never failed. Every single night on Bourbon Street, they would have a shooting. And then everybody would stampede and run, and then we would run. You know, once one person started to run, you're gonna run. You better run it, you're gonna get run over. So, man, I could think back to that. And luckily, Bourbon Street is full of streets. It's not like a funnel where everybody got one exit, right? Bourbon Street, you can move around and evacuate if you got to down other streets, you know, alongside walls or whatever you got to do, or jump in a club or something. But, you know, that situation reminds me of that, man, when the stampedes would happen. And all I could think about was, man, I'm about to get ran over. Horses would be coming, police coming down the street, you know, trying to clear out the area, get an ambulance or whatever they need to do. It just makes me think of that. Know your surroundings, bro. We raising kids these days, bro. They gonna want to go to these events. You know, give them warnings. Let them know what has happened in the past can happen to you if you're not careful. And just be aware of your surroundings, bro, because, you know, we don't want to see no repeat like this here, okay? K-Dog, tell me about it, bro. What you think about the Travis Scott incident?
And first off, I want to pick up right where you left off at. We're talking about the Bayou Classic, man. I'm just going to let you know, GSU strong all day long, baby. But to continue on about the Travis Scott thing, man, it's definitely a tragedy. You know, it's definitely a sad situation that any of our family members could have been at, you know? It could be one of our family members that they laying to rest for the final time right now, you know? These people went out there to enjoy themselves. They went out there to have a good time. They went out there, some of these people went out there as a family, you know, to enjoy what they thought would be a good time. And now they burying their loved one. You know, it's definitely something really, really sad behind that, you know? I had never even thought about what Kabis brought up about the flyers and knowing the man's music before the concert and the t-shirts and all this other stuff. You know, so a lot of these things that they're bringing up afterwards, and nothing changed. The flyers didn't change after all this from what they were before. And like I wasn't there, you know, just like most of us, you know, I've been looking at what the news is saying right now, or what this new YouTube video that came out from the concert shows, you know. And of course, like anything else, man, I don't know how altered that video is. You know, some of the videos I've seen showed some demonic beings, but who's to say if any of that video is being altered now, you know? I know they're looking at some pretty big lawsuits that I know are gonna happen, you know, people sometimes are too happy. So if you know, I don't look and fault that to anyone who lost a family member. Yeah, by all means, you know, try to get some kind of compensation for your loved one who is now gone forever. But some of the ones that are filing lawsuits right now because they got kicked or they tripped over something, you know, and I mean, like I said, you know, people are too happy, so they're gonna try to get whatever they can out of it. But we gotta think back and sit down and come up with some kind of conclusion to where we can avoid this in the future. Some kind of way where, you know, we as an entire human race, just everyone in general can know that going to a concert, you don't have to look back at your back and see if somebody's trying to hit you with a needle full of fentanyl. And that's what one of the ladies that they did an interview with, that's what she said she was hit with. She said she was hit with fentanyl. Man, fentanyl is a deadly drug, man. It's killing people left and right. You know, I know some people around the area that I live in, you know, who have OD'd from fentanyl lately, you know. But man, whatever it takes, whatever we can come up with, just as a whole, you know, just the United States as a whole has to come up with some kind of protection system for the event that this should happen again, you know, be it planning a concert in a bigger area or changing the venue or, you know, during when COVID first hit, man, the number of deaths went down substantially. I mean, people were at home, you know, they weren't going to concerts anymore. Now that you're starting to open things back up, you got people getting shot up here or people getting trampled or ran over or anything, you know. I know my Uncle Doc then made, you know, a whole bunch of concerts in his time, you know. Probably seeing some of the rappers that we grew up on, you know. So I'd like to hear some of his insight on this Travis Scott issue, you know. That's pretty much all I can say on it, you know, just what I've seen on YouTube, what I've seen on the news, you know.
Man, that's good point, dog. Good point, man. You bring up, like I say, bro, we really don't know. We really don't know what's the outcome, and we hope that something like this don't happen again. Like you say, man, we going right down to that DOC. You know what I'm saying? He done took me to a concert. It wasn't no Travis Scott. It was that throwback, old school. Tell me what the old school got to say, baby. DOC.
Travis Scott, man. Travis Scott, yeah. Yeah, it's a trip, bro. I don't listen to Travis Scott. All I know is he made one or two songs. You know, I think he did a Super Bowl halftime show once before. So that tell you right there, he's locked into the music industry. And ain't nothing gonna come of Travis Scott. You know, there's gonna be some lawsuits. They're gonna lose a little money, but he's well protected by. We talked about this, the dark forces in the music industry. You see, Travis Scott, ain't nothing gonna happen to him. But you know, Astroworld, that used to be a fun place for me as a kid. We used to load up, man. Gramps would load us up in the back of his truck. I think Gramps had a camp on the back of his truck, and man, we'd be back there about 20-something deep, man. A bunch of kids. I didn't sleep the night before, the whole night before, man. We going to Astroworld in the morning, man. Gramps would leave by 3:30 in the morning. And it seemed like it took forever to get to Houston, bro. Now I go to Houston like 3 times a day, pulling loads in my big truck, but it would take seemed like it would take a year to get to Astroworld from Oakland, Louisiana, man. But man, once we got there, it was like the greatest thing on earth, bro. And then when I heard about this track, that's what hurt me the most about this, is where it happened at. It happened at a family, you know, a family field place where we all used to go and have fun. I remember going there with Khabib's dad. He would take us out there a lot, you know, and stuff. We had fun at Astroworld. Now they done turned it into something. I guess money, you know, I say money is they needed money, and people that runs Astroworld now, It's not, you know, it's not for ride. They don't do the roller coasters and nothing out there anymore. They just do concerts. But yeah, it's a horrible event, man. And then when I saw the news report, I was like, how can you just trample over somebody? I think this new hip hop culture thing. You see people laying on the ground, cardiac arrest, and that's what they're saying. These people, they went into cardiac arrest, so it was something definitely was going on with the fentanyl. People getting stuck with fentanyl and sending people into cardiac arrest. I don't think it was just a stampede like that. People just falling down, and people just all excited about Travis Scott on the stage, so they start jumping up and down. Next thing you know, they jumping on top of somebody, you know. But like somebody said earlier, I think one of y'all, I think you said, G, you need to be very careful of your surroundings, man. Look around, bro. Feel a vibe. Something don't feel right, get out of there, bro. Go home. I felt that vibe at trail rides. And I've left trail rides. People say, why you leaving? I say, nah, something don't feel right. Wake up the next morning and I hear, hey, man, your boy got shot at the trail ride. Oh, man. See, I had that feeling, bro. I had that feeling that somebody was about to get popped, someone was about to go down, about to pop off. So I just went on and got on out of there, man. Yeah, I think you get, and then we just had the COVID. Everybody's in a rush to get back into the crowd, to get back in the mix. Hey, man, chill out a while. Leave the concerts alone, bro. Ease back into going and hanging around the big crowds. Take it slow. Feel the vibe, get on away from that. And as for Travis Scott, bro, I think he's trying to sell records. He's using the satanic little thing like Lil Nas X. They all in toward the demonic stuff. Try to make $1. Then basically sold they soul. You know, try to make $1. And it's a reason why you're gonna hear Travis Scott on the radio more than you're gonna hear a good gospel music. And K-Dog, he like good gospel music. You ain't gonna hear good gospel music on the radio because that's gonna make people do better. That's gonna change lives for good. They want to see people change lives for the bad. And you're gonna always hear people like Travis Scott, you know, on the radio. We just had a rapper, Young Dolph, got killed going to get some cookies for his mother.
As a community reels from news that one of their own, rapper Young Dolph, was shot and killed not far from where he was raised.
Violent attack against rapper Young Dolph, a man who proclaimed to be the, quote, king of Memphis. His sad day for fans who are still grappling with grief.
The streets will take you under, you know.
Bro, this generation, bro, they popping people off left and right, man. Rappers, you know, they're taking their lives for granted, man. It's just very frustrating, bro. And they listening to all this all day long. I pop you, you pop me, we gonna kill, let's go grab our boys. Now they got a full-fledged war out there in Memphis, Tennessee going on. There's gonna be a lot more killings before the week over with. And that's where it's headed, man. And like we said, them dark forces of that music industry is pushing all this. And they're pushing this for an agenda, you know. So people better wake up out there, bro. That's it.
Man, that's real, dog. Hey, thank you for laying us down on the history that you had at that place of that event took place. Yes. And thank you for giving us the game on what you see as far as the future, what's gonna take place, man. You know, we did hear about Young Dolph. We want to say rest in peace to him and prayers up to his family, man. That's a tragedy, bro. You know, anytime a brother lose their life, happens all the time, though, man. That's the thing. We get numb to this, but it's happening too much, bro. It's happening too much, bro. We got to make a change. Got to make a change.
Yeah, you were born with dirty hands. Yeah, you a plowboy. You're freaking silly, boy. Just trying to make you understand. Yeah, you a plowboy. You're freaking silly, boy. Just trying to make you understand. Oh, yeah.
Thanks for watching the Plowboy Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Prayers to all the families who lost loved ones in the Astroworld concert last week.